With pick 11 in last night's draft, the Chicago Bulls elected to go with Matas Buzelis. We're going to be talking about if this was a good pick for the Chicago Bulls, and we're also going to be talking about some deep sleeper picks in round two if the Chicago Bulls go into round two, who they could benefit from. This is Rico Greenhowe, and this is another episode of Bulls Digest. Before we jump into it, want to let you know that 77.9% of you guys that watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the latest news and happenings around your Chicago Bulls. And without further ado, guys, let's jump into the topic of the day, or at least the first one here. It's Bulls get Buzelis. This is a good pick. All right, guys, and so initially, I think that this was a good pick. I mean, it does break my heart a little bit because I was so high on Khalil Ware and we did not get a center. However, I do like the fact that we did get the hometown kid in Matas Buzelis. And look, let's be honest, man. The last guy that I can remember that was a hometown kid that we did not get was this guy named Jalen Brunson. And I don't know, he's pretty good. So I like the fact that we did go with the hometown kid, and I think that we are getting a guy that I know they're saying he's going to be a wing, but I'm still not giving up the hope that he could possibly slide into that power forward position. I know that I was talking about pre-draft. He had talked to Andy Katz in an interview where he's doing a sit down with lottery picks, and he's talking about, what he would want to accomplish in the league. And the one thing that I loved that he said was, he was like, look, right now I feel comfortable guarding 1 through 4. I feel like I want to be able to guard 5. So I love that about him. That means that you're going to be able to play the power forward and center position. So I do love that. I think that the Chicago Bulls have absolutely fit or actually addressed a need or a fit. It's interesting to me because I think the Ringer had him at 6'8". I did see like one news article had him at 6'9". Either way, I know he has a 6'10" wingspan, but he's going to fulfill a lot for us with the height. He definitely gives us a little bit of a shooting ability down there. And the post moves I thought were pretty good too as well for Buzelis. So I like a lot of stuff that is going on with this young man. And so I do think that we did get the pick right, guys. And so just looking at a couple of his highlight reels here, I'm just throwing it up on the screen. You can see the nice smooth touch with the nice step away here, guys. Look at him on the defensive end right here. The good contest, the block shot. This is why I like him at the 4. Look at this guy. Look how he's able to manipulate the defense, step in. Great pass right there. Boom. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why we like to see a guy like Matas Buzelis. And he just knocked down a three-pointer, which is what is one of the things I wanted to talk about because, I think when we look back in the draft, there's several things that a lot of people say about players. He can't do this, he can't do that. And I think that when we look back at this stuff, man, sometimes I think it's a lot of just noise. And we're going to talk about that when we get into the second part of the video. But one of the things that they say about Matas is that he doesn't shoot the basketball particularly well, which, look, he had one bad season shooting the basketball, and he showed that he could shoot it in high school. And one of the things that they were questioning was like, okay, well, can he shoot it at the pro level? And he just showed you right here as he's playing for the Ignite that he can knock down the 3 ball, and his shot is not broke. Like, it looks good. So I like everything about that. And then you just saw that he was 3 levels, guys. Like, you saw that he gave you a little bit of a turnaround face up, the 3-pointer. He showed that he can be a shot creator, and he also showed that he's going to be a tree down on the post, guys. So there is a lot to love about this pick. It does hurt me that we didn't go get Khalil Ware, but I can live with the fact that we have this guy, and I can even live with it more if Chicago were to trade into the second round. And so that leads me to the next part of the video, guys, which are going to be, I think, sleeper picks that the Chicago Bulls could go after either in the second round, or they could address these guys and get these guys if they are not drafted, which means this: you sign them into your G League, they're playing on your roster, you like them, you go ahead and you sign them either to put them into your G League system, or you just outright sign them and you get them a contract. That is something that does happen out there. That's the beauty of the Summer League, guys. And so let's go ahead and get into this next part, which is the Bulls should consider these players in round 2 tonight, guys. And so look, I have got a lot of sleepers out there, and some of these guys, the first couple guys we're going to talk about, are guys that are well known, and some of these guys we've been linked to. All right, so let's start with the first, and that is Adina Bona here. So look, I like him a lot. Adine Bona, excuse me. But I like his motor. That's the one thing that stands out for me. One of the things that they talk about is the shades of Montrezl Harrell. I love that about him. And look, he's averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and a block. Got a chance to watch a lot of his games. I love Mick Cronin as a head coach at UCLA. And I've said this before, and I said this like on the night of the draft. I think that anytime you have a player that lacks in skill, they can make up in will. And that is exactly why I like this young man. He checks the box for us at center. Eventually, he could possibly blossom into a starting center, guys, because we know we are not going to hold on to Vooch. So mainly starting there. Next, another guy that I absolutely like, guys. This is a deep sleeper here, and that is Watson out of Gonzaga. I like him a lot. A senior, older player. Reminds you a little bit of an Al Horford, but he's a do-it-all defender, guys. One of the things they talked about with him is he has guarded Zach Edey. He's guarded a lot of smaller players, and he handled his own, guys. He's a great rim finisher, and he has a good shooting potential as well. So that's one of the things that they're questioning. Is it for real? Look at this, 41% from downtown, 14.5 points a game, and 7 rebounds. Sign me up for this immediately. I think that this is for sure an impact player, guys. And so another player that we're looking at, we just looked at Buzelis there, but is Cal Filipowski. I think that this guy is a terrific pickup if we were to get back into round 2. Look, he was slated to be a number 1 pick, or I should say in the first round. But he didn't. He's in the second round, 16 points a game, 8.3 rebounds a game. The one thing that they say about this guy that is good is that you can run a lot of actions for him. So I like that about him. I think he's a versatile big, and I think he's a guy that's going to be a little bit more of a Chet Holmgren type of player. So he's a little bit more of a hybrid. Again, at 6'10", we're talking a little bit more of a center. So to go along with our new guy here, Buzelis, I think that this would be an incredible young front line right there if we were to look at this, guys. And so more players that I think are notable that we should take a look at is this guy right here, and that is Orj Chumchai. I love his game a lot, guys. Sports Illustrated deemed this guy as perhaps the most athletic young man in the draft. Okay, he is extremely, extremely raw. 13 points a game, 9 rebounds, guys. And if you remember clips of seeing Tyler Smith, guys, you're going to see a Tyler Smith type of player with the way he looks. But the one thing about him, guys, is that his defense is amazing. I mean, he runs like he is a guard, and he's 6'10". I mean, it is incredible when you look at the tapes, guys. I was quite impressed with this young man. And in fact, here's some of his clips right here. You see him on the pass right there. So he's good at handling the ball. That's one of the things that they say he's loosey-goosey. But look at some of these blocks. Look at how he gallops the rebounds and crushes. Look at that, right? Another big rebound, guys. He is an aggressive player. And the one thing about him is, guys, if you looked at the NBA Combine, this guy absolutely held his own out there. And so this guy, if we're looking to pick up a guy outside of the draft, I definitely love this. If this is a late second round pick, I love it too. Even if he's a project, I absolutely like this guy. So this is another guy that I think we should take a look at. Lastly, this is a guy probably not on our radar, but I think a guy we should probably take a look at, and it's Quentin Post. Went through his profile. I like the fact that he's a big man, and the one thing that they say is a negative is he's a pick and pop player. Like, he can knock down the three. Look at this, 43.1%. Average 17 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 2.9 assists a game. His float game is amazing. He's a great spacer, terrific catch and shoot threat, guys. And defensively, they say that this guy is in absolute terror, man. He affects shots. And so they were saying one of his downfalls is that he likes to go to the pick and pop, and he's more of a face-up center, right? And so I'm saying to myself, so you mean to tell me that he would rather go ahead, if you pass him the ball, he wants to get into a nice little face-up, which I just showed you with Buzelis, and knock down a jumper there. He can stretch it out. He can hit a three. He's going to rebound at a high clip. And you're telling me defensively, he's going to affect a lot of shots, and his team was considerably worse with him off the floor? Sign me up for that. Who cares if he's originally a pick and pop player? If we get rid of DeRozan, then that's going to open up some space already. You saw what Buzelis likes to do. He's a little bit more of a mobile big anyway, so it's not like they're going to get in the way of each other. And also, too, that is going to be a terrific upgrade to go along with Giddey, Kobe White, and Dosunmu. They're going to be coming downhill. They have a nice 7-footer to go with them that can also go in there, get the easy layups and things like that. And guess what? If the defense collapses and he can't get to the rim, he'll be able to knock down the free throw jumper. So I love this, guys, at this value in the second round. So with that being said, guys, do you agree with me that the Chicago Bulls did get it right with Buzelis? Are you okay with the Bulls trading into the second round and getting some of the players that I have mentioned? And I forgot to mention my boy Tyler Smith. I think he would be an excellent pick as well. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking with this, guys. Were you shocked that we didn't go get Khalil Ware? Are you going to be okay? I think I had to get over it as well. But anyway, this is a Rico Greenhowe. And even though we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with the roster, but I must say I'm kind of liking where we're trending. I'm saying go Bulls, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, peace, peace.